Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host, Michael Pickering. That's right, Lo-Fi as in low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. It's Tuesday, Lo-Fi Nation, and you know what that means. It's time for Tuesday's Top 10 list. Every Tuesday, we look at global indicators and surveys to see what countries hold the top 10 rankings in particular categories. We'll cover things like GDP, oldest countries, newest countries, happiest countries, and more. And we cover what each category means before we jump into the list. Today's top 10 list, the 10 newest countries in the world. Straight to it, the newest countries in the world and their dates of creation and what country they were part of before independence. At number 10, the Federated States of Micronesia in 1989, formerly part of the United States. Number 9, Namibia in 1990, formerly part of South Africa. Number 8, Slovenia in 1991, formerly part of Yugoslavia. Number 7, Moldova in 1991, formerly part of the Soviet Union. Number 6, Kyrgyzstan in 1991, formerly part of the Soviet Union. Now to our bottom 5 newest countries in the world. At number 5 is North Macedonia in 1991. Though only just acquiring that specific name in the past 2 years, they are formerly part of Yugoslavia. Number 4, Tajikistan in 1991, formerly part of the Soviet Union. Number 3, Turkmenistan in 1991, formerly part of the Soviet Union. Number 2, Palau in 1994, formerly part of the United States. And at number 1, and ranking as the newest country on the planet Earth, you guessed it, South Sudan in 2011, formerly part of Sudan. Amazing to think that our planet is still shaping its political makeup after such a long time. So what are some of the implications from this list? Firstly, these 10 countries were all created within the past 34 years. Secondly, the end of the Cold War was significant due to the Soviet Union breaking up, as well as the United States giving up colonial lands. And finally, it's just cool to know the newest countries in the world. I mean, really, people. Think about this, lo-fi listener. After World War II, around the year 1950, there were only about 100 countries in the world. 100, okay? 70 years later, today, there are about 200 countries in the world. So in just 70 years, we've doubled the number of countries in existence by 100. Now compare that to last week's list of the oldest countries in the world. Some of them go back 5,000 to 6,000 years. And South Sudan just goes back 9 years. That's simply amazing how over 6,000 years, we've made such a massive jump in the number of countries only just recently. And what's the most common line anyone would say about any of this? Well, the world is a-changing, times are a-changing. And to that, we here at Lofi Poli Sci simply say, bullshit. It's not the times that are changing. It's not the world that is changing on its own. It's the people that are changing the world. People shaped the past. People shaped the present. And we, Lo-Fi Nation, shape the future. Our choices don't echo in eternity. They shape eternity. And that's this Tuesday's Top 10 list. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode on elections, a non-political conversation about elections in general. Always remember that Lo-Fi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Write in with questions or comments to lofipolisci@planetmail.com. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. Wash those hands. And I'll see you on the next episode of the Lo-Fi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.